One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
Guys, we're doing embargo today for Sunday, so it'll be at 10:30 p.m. Saturday embargo. Have your 2 microphones, and if I could ask you for your name and organisation before your question, please.
Hello, Pep. Fraser from Sky Sports here. First of all, can you bring us up to date with the injury situation, please?
Everybody is okay. Delph is not available, and the others are okay.
Gundogan? Okay.
Gundogan, yeah. Gundogan is a little bit problems. I don't know if he will get it. Always, yeah, he could not train today. We'll see tomorrow.
And we saw that Kevin De Bruyne was back in training. Is he coming along well? Is this game too early for him?
He made a part of the training session today as well, yeah.
So he is in the squad?
He's training with us, yeah.
Okay. Obviously, after the 3 games defeated against Liverpool last season, how much confidence do you have that you and also the players have learned from those 3 games going into this one now?
Well, every game is completely different. The competition were completely different. So in the first game we had 10-15 minutes bad, and immediately was 4-1 in Anfield. In the Champions League, the first game we make people don't believe me, but we make a good performance, except the period, the 3-0 to the end of the first half when we were knocked out. The rest of the game we were outstanding, and the situations would happen. Many things that game. In the second half we show an incredible performance, because it's not easy to play 45 minutes in Champions League, 3-0 down, in the way we played, and after there are situations we cannot control. In the game at home we make a really good game as well. In the first half, when we scored the second goal, we were not conceded for the reasons I know, and after 1-1, of course we were down and we could not, but we know. So Liverpool, it doesn't matter, we lost 3 games or we win 3 games, remains a top squad, top team, top side. Especially since Jurgen took over the team, especially the last period, is a team like had a lot of weapons, to attack you in a positional game, in a counter-attack, in set pieces, and they are a master in take advantage of your mistakes in terms of these second balls, and the ball is not clear, and after that when they regain these kind of balls they are so good making a real attack, and the people, the 3 guys in front, they connect really well between them, and that's a top side. So it's the last guys for the Champions League final, and it's a good contender.
So because of that, were you surprised to see Liverpool not have a shot on goal against Napoli and get beaten in the Champions League the other night?
But you are surprised because you don't know what happened in Europe. So the people believe because we are here in England, Europe is another situation, and you go to Napoli. Napoli is an incredible team. Like, they play so good, a good manager, and they play outstanding. And when you play away, it's completely different here in the Premier League. Completely different. The level is higher. The opponents, the way they play, the personality, the courage, all the situations they need to be a top team. In Europe, most of them, all of them, they have it, and that's why it happened. So of course, Liverpool tried to do their game, but I give more credit what Napoli had done than the situation from. I don't think Liverpool played bad. The same movement, offensively, defensively, they tried to do it. So in that terms, it's not a surprise. I'm surprised the fact that Napoli plays so good, so well.
Obviously, the last time you went to Anfield, you were pretty unhappy about the security around the team bus as you arrived at the ground. Are you confident now that steps have been taken in order to make sure that doesn't happen again?
But how should they? Liverpool should be upset, not myself. Liverpool, not me. So the police knew it. Before it happened. Now they know it. I don't know what's going to happen.
Pep, Simon Stone, BBC. What would you say to the people who say Jurgen Klopp and his side have worked out Manchester City and have worked out how to beat them?
Good, congratulations. They are right. So we won the Premier League. So they are a top side even if we win. So the way they play, so Liverpool beat us, but beat a lot of teams, not just Man City. So Liverpool is one of the greatest. In England, it's one of the two greatest teams in England, and that's why we try to be close to them in terms of many things, and we are closer. So it's a top side, and they win and learn of that, and try to be closer every time.
But nobody else. I mean, you won the title by so many points last year and beat so many teams last year. Nobody else found a way of beating you.
Well, we won at home. We lose there in the knockout competition. Champions League is completely different. So also we lose against Monaco in Champions League. So. And against Shakhtar at home, so I'm not feeling unbeatable, not even last season. So everybody can beat us. When one team is better and play good and they beat us, accept it. It's part of the game. It's just to learn, because Anfield is special, because they are a good manager and good players, and that can happen. Is how we approach that game and how we are like a team.
Pep, Don McGuinness, TalkSport. Can you just clarify something? You said Kevin De Bruyne is training. Is he available for selection for Sunday?
We'll see tomorrow.
And about Sunday, Sergio Aguero, he is fit, obviously everyone else is fit. It's 9 games at Anfield, he still hasn't managed to score, which is remarkable for a player like Sergio. Can you put any reason to why that might be, why he can't score at Anfield?
No, football. Normally when the team play better and play good, the striker has more chance to score goals. It's what it is. It not depends. When we score goals, of course they have ability. When I see one player take the ball and dribbling 3 or 4 or 5 players score goals, it depends more of the times on him. We have many of that. I would say anyone. So we have one player to are able to dribbling 4 or 5 guys that score goals. So we have to build something as a team. And in that situation, we will help our strikers when that's happened. Always it depends of, because maybe we didn't help him like a team to provide him or to help him to create more chances to score goals.
Just about Anfield, I mean, obviously we know what happened last season. Is the pitch anything to do with it? It's very tight at Anfield. Is there anything that the pitch maybe makes life harder for you?
That is not the reason why. So pitches is big enough to play. So I play in 4th division. In 4th division it was tired than Anfield. So of course it's special because Anfield is so nice and the history speaks for itself. But in spite of that, it's a game 11 against 11. It depends on how we move, how we win the ball. The pitch will be big or will be small. That depends. If the people wants the ball, want to play, the pitch will be big. If don't, it will be so tight.
Jonathan Smith from ESPN. Hi, Pep. Ilkay Gundogan said that this is the toughest away game of the season. Would you agree with that?
There are many. Always when I face one game away, always for me is the toughest one. It's 38 games, so after the games we have, I think, 30 games more to play. So, and after the points, now Liverpool is the same than the points when we are going to play. When you want to win the Premier League, that is the target. That is the target is 3 more points than everywhere.
And just on injuries, is Benjamin Mendy, is he in training?
He came back today to train, yeah.
So he's in contention for Sunday?
Yeah.
It's Guillem Balaguer, yes. If you compare your team that played against Liverpool in the Champions League to this one, what are you better at now?
Well, I would say quite similar. So depends also the form from the players. It's quite similar. It was in that period. It was the last part of the season. So in that situation we made. But I think we made a good 2 games in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We make a real good 2 games in terms of personality, in terms of the way we played. Of course, we reached that result was not good because the budget was 5-1, I think so. So nothing to add. So they deserve to qualify, but we made a good performance.
David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. Of all the managers you faced in your career as a manager, I think you got the worst points per game ratio against Jurgen. I think it's 1.14, something like that. What makes his team so difficult to play against? What particular qualities and problems does he present to you in terms of the way he lines up his team and the way they
all the
play?
qualities everybody knows about Liverpool. They have all the qualities they have is when we played. So at the end, is the teams or the clubs or the institutions who wins the game. So even with other managers, I have better results. As I don't play against Jurgen. So I play against Liverpool. We play against Liverpool, and before against Borussia Dortmund. That is what it is. So in some games I win, sometimes I lose. Sometimes I lose competitions. Sometimes I win competitions. We win. So it's not about I don't play against Jurgen. I try to win Liverpool. That is the point. But if they we won it because he's an excellent manager. So I have a lot of respect about the way he plays, how proactive they are, their teams, his team. So that is so. Never when I play a manager, I have to beat him or I have to try to beat him to be more satisfaction. No, I try to beat as a team, and I'm going to try next season. And in Premier League we did it, and in Champions League we could not do it.
Hi Pep, Jamie Jacks from The Guardian. You said earlier, and you said it before, that the Champions League is a different competition. Surely they're still just games of football. So why is it? Can you explain why playing Liverpool in the Champions League is different to playing them in the league? Why?
But the competition is knockout. So in league you have a lot of games. The mentality of the players, they have more time. In their 10 minutes bad, you feel you are out and you miss the chance to go through. You have to be more stable, and especially in that competitions, the players, they have more quality in terms of they don't lose the ball easily. They have one passing again.
But Liverpool, you play domestically, so that's the same opponent. And in a home and away quarter-final, that's like playing them home and away in the league, right? So is there any difference?
No, what I said is the same teams, the same managers, but the knockout game is one game, and yeah, but not 39, not 38. That is what I talk about. So in the Premier League, we are going to play tomorrow, and after you have, I think, 87 or 90 points more to fight to be champion. The target is win champions of the Premier League, it's not winning Anfield. And Anfield is another chance to win one more points to be closer to win to be champion in the Premier League. In the Champions League, it's 180 minutes, like Hoffenheim away. So you have now 4 more chances. So you have many. That is in the mind of the players. That's why to learn to play this kind of games, you have to be a lot of personality. You have to have, able to say, okay, to go through in this competition, I have to be special. The players has to be special. This kind of games.
Hi, Pep. Ian Laden from the Daily Mail. Liverpool get a lot of praise in this country for the way they play their football. They get a lot of praise from people who are sitting here. Do you sometimes wonder why that is, given that you finished 25 points, I think, ahead of them last season?
They deserve it. I think they deserve all the prize they got or they get. So they deserve it. So I think we had a lot of pride last season in the way we played. But for us, it's the people to try to, for Manchester City, is when you have a vision about the whole history in the Premier League and start to compare with them, to be closer with them, we should be so proud, and we are. So here it was United and Liverpool, and after Arsenal involved in that, and after Chelsea involved in that, and now we are there. We try to be, to closer, and when the people, we go to the, and the people say, oh, it's Manchester City. So, but at the end, if they want to be good words on us or bad words, it not depend on us. So what you can do is try to do one job. But I think last season, what we have done, the people were so kind of what we have done.
When you look at the three forwards at Liverpool who are kind of present a unique threat the way that they play, and obviously they have caused your team problems before, do you think as a coach you have worked out in your head how to stop them? And if you have worked it out, is the problem maybe with the players not being able to carry out the instructions that you give them in order to stop them? It's a very long question. I hope you understand it.
Always I thought this kind of players are big talent. The best way to avoid to that is when they have to run behind us. So the big difference when I said in the Champions, for example, is not about the duels you won against the opponent. Is how many times you lose the balls. In Europe, the people doesn't lose the balls. That is the big difference when you compare the national leagues and that when you go to Europe. And sometimes we talk about the duels. The football is so important of this kind of situation. In Anfield is fundamental. But these kind of guys, when they are more in touch with the ball, they have more chance close in the 18-yard box. They are so dangerous because they are so good, and they connect between them and really well. Firmino drop a little bit. Mane, Salah, they are guys who loves running behind. When it was Marco Reus, Aubameyang, Lewandowski was before in Dortmund, so they do it really well. So in the same way, always I believe, and that is the way I feel my game, is try to attack better, to have a lot of, the ball, to of course be protect when you lose the ball because they are so dangerous, but try to play. So I never understood go in the bigger stages like that and try to just defend or just to wait what's going to happen. Of course you're going to defend. So I'm not expect what happened in Napoli when they didn't shoot one shoot on target. That is not going to happen in Anfield. And Anfield always they are going to shoot on target. But you have to minimize that in the worst way. You can defend. Always I believe so. You have to defend when they are better, and you have to defend, but not in the mental and the approach. So we are going to defend what's happened. First because it's boring. The second one because we didn't build the team in that way. We didn't build to propose, to be proactive, to be ourselves. And always when I won in that teams in these kind of games, like it happened many times, and we did it many times in the bigger stages here in the Premier League, even in Europe, is be ourselves in terms of personality. So and after, when that's happened and we lose again, congratulations, Jurgen and his side, and improve. But I don't want to. I will try to convince my players to be ourselves, even in Anfield. So sometimes maybe it will not be possible. That's why when I said in the Champions League, when you see the game, the first 2 goals is the first 2 times to cross the half time. The half side, so we score 2 goals. When that's happened, what can do? And and a mistake for the pass to Leroy, the pass to pass to Salah is offside, and after it was 1, 2, 3 action, 2 mistakes, they score a goal. The second, 1 shoot from his house from Chamberlain, they score an amazing goal. So what can do with that? Nothing. But how we react in the second half after 3-0, can finish 5, can finish 6. They score 5 to Roma. And when we play the second half, when a legal goal was not conceded, a penalty of Sterling for Robertson was not conceded, for many of these kind of circumstances. So, but we were. That is what I want on my team. And after, when that's happened and Liverpool is better, believe me, I am a sport guy and I accept this kind of situation. First, because they are good. And even we are City and we are a good team and we can do many good things. The other are good too as well. So, and that's why I accept this kind of situation. But I would like to be ourselves in the best way, I think, to finish. Well, your question is to try to, to be ourselves and to concede as less possible a touch. I think Mane, Salah and Firmino would like to have been in touch with the ball in attack, because they are strikers. To minimize that is try to attack more and try to be with the ball as good as possible.
Hi Pep, Amy from Hits Radio Manchester. Are you concerned that some Manchester City fans have been discussing on social media about going to Anfield early so that they can line the streets because they think that's the best way of protecting your team bus from arriving rather than the policing operation in place?
I think they have to. The best way to protect the bus is the Liverpool fans be like, so suppose Liverpool fans they are. That is the best way. So the best way is when the people arrive to the stadium, going to see one football game, and enjoying both sides. That is the way. The best way, we should not need the police. Why the police should be there? For what? We arrived there to play a Premier League game in the both sides. Why our fan has to protect our bus? Are you kidding me? So the fans, are you going there to watch the game? I would like the police to go at 4:30 at home with their families, drinking a beer, and look the show. That is what should do. But that depends on the Liverpool people, not of Manchester City.
Okay, guys, run embargo, please, for 10:30 on Saturday evening.